Alright. Woo! Hey guys, it's Adalade aka Paige here, and welcome back to my channel. So today's gonna be a little bit of a different kind of video. As you can see, I've really never held the camera for any of my videos when they're in my collection room. So here's a bit of the lowdown. If you guys haven't watched my video, the previous one that I uploaded, I did mention that my fiance and I are getting married in May. So we also are moving, as well as planning our wedding. Well, it is a little less than 45 days out. So I'm going to be documenting the process of packing my doll collection up and what it looks like for a collection of this scale. So this whole wall back here is my collection. I also have a closet in there full of more things. And if I turn my camera around, this is also my collection. It just keeps on going. I know I never really got to do a full collection tour in here, but I figured that this would be a nice way to not only remember how my setup was in my old place before we move, but also just a way to kind of introduce you guys to my collection that is more than just the hauls that I've opened since starting making videos. Now, as most collectors know, there's also just the struggle of things on the floor. I promise I'm not a messy person much, but I really kind of have been struggling with keeping things organized, and we're moving to a bigger space, so I will have more opportunities to keep things all neat and clean. But as you can see, I do try my best. I do try to be organized as well. So my thought process here is that I will start with dolls. I have totes from the last time I moved, when I moved from my childhood home to here with my fiance. That was a whole process that I did not even a whole year ago. I will have moved my collection twice in the span of 2 years, which is a lot. It's a huge undertaking. The last time I moved my collection, it took me several days to document and make sure that everything made the move safely. So I had no problems last time. I didn't lose anything. I didn't break anything. So hopefully we have that same luck this time. And I hope that once we're already moved and the new shelves are put in, because these shelves are going to be going to my fiance. He is a Pez collector, so he will be getting my old shelves and I'll be getting new ones. That I hope that I'll be able to document the process of unpacking and getting things set back in my new space. I do also want to acknowledge Ex Canadensis. Her and I are mutuals on Twitter a little bit, just a little bit. I've been a huge fan of her for years, and her moving collection and her vlogs that she did, her collection of videos, was a really huge inspiration for me when I was moving my first time from my childhood collection to my current living space. So moving from here to the new living space will be just highly inspired by her and the work that she does. The work that she does for the doll community is just tremendous and amazing, and I look up to her a lot, not only as a colleague in the doll community, but also just as someone who has made a lot of really good and useful content for viewers and fellow doll collectors. So without further ado, I'm gonna set up my camera back on the tripod, and we will just start kind of going through what we're gonna be doing for starting this moving process. So let's go. Okay, so I know there are dolls on the floor right now, but that is really not gonna be my main focus, first and foremost. I'm really hoping to get the things that are in the shelves taken care of first. So we will probably start with the Bratz or Disney Princess. That will be an interesting endeavor, so I will go get a tote and I will start with that process. We grab paper towel. I used this to pack my dolls last time. I'm just putting it in between layers so that we prevent any hair getting messed up or chip rubs or frizzy hair. So toilet paper, or paper towel is in there, not toilet paper. And I'm gonna start taking the dolls out and putting them in the tote. I'm also not gonna take their stands off of them. Their stands are just going to be put back on when they're there. It just saves me time because when I moved last time, I got so lazy. Like, I did not want to have to put all the doll stands back on the dolls. So, yeah. My one singular Bratzilla's doll. I'd like more, but this Megana is my only one, and she's just so pretty. Alright, so enough about Megana broomsticks. Here I am taking out the rest of the dolls and putting them into that first tote. So they're not that hard to stack up next to each other. They actually line up well when you need to like put them in a tight space. So there we are, taking my Megans and my, oh, here I am talking about my Formal Funk. That's my favorite Bratz line. Alright, and then I'm talking about having to do the rest of the dolls. There was still room in that first tote, and there I am just like just crawling around getting more room. So I know it looks kind of awkward that I am bending down to put all the dolls in the tote, but I really had no other platform to like set the tote on to make it a little bit less awkward. There I'm talking about my Rock Angels Yasmin being my first Bratz doll in my Bratz collection. She means a lot to me. So yeah, and then the first editions that I mentioned earlier, I was just talking about how excited I was that I finally had all the first edition dolls. I actually took a while to find all of them for decent prices. So here I am moving on to the Bratz outside of the shelves with doors. I had to leave that styling head Chloe for a second because I have nowhere to put her, so we will figure that out momentarily. Alright, so I grabbed a second tote. It's a little bit smaller than that one. It's just what I have, but we are going to be doing the rest of the Bratz dolls, and then probably just working our way down with My Scene, Disney I Love You Forever, maybe Disney Fairies if they fit, but we will have to see. So I will be putting this camera back on the tripod, and I'll be putting more dolls in the tote. Alright, back at it. We are putting more dolls in that next tote. These actually fit a lot better, so I was really happy about that. Oh, and then I was going to go to My Scene, but then I went to the Bratz Kids and Bratz Babies and the little Bratz that I have in box. So those all kind of fit in that tote. So now I am talking about moving on to My Scene and I Love You Forever and Disney Fairies. So they all were going in there. My Scene collection is pretty small. Literally takes up 1 cube of that entire shelf. Alright, so for some reason I forgot to hit record on my footage that I did of taking out the rest of this shelf, except for like the American Girl dogs and the Bratz Mean Girls dolls. But as you can see, that tote is much more full than it was before. So yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. I am slowly making my progress, my way through, and I really look forward to you guys coming along on this journey with me. I really am excited for the new space. This is just going to be a project in itself to pack everything up, and I cannot wait for you guys to be part of it. So if you guys like this video, I'd really appreciate if you gave it a like. It would mean a lot, and I will see you guys in another part when I am continuing to clean up this space and pack up for the move. So bye!